control of his leg, had something in on there.
I don't think Joel Green is going to win this argument. So
Muchnick's already off the mat. Hand was already raised. Can't really take it back now. But definitely something you want to fight for is, we talk about each duel, how these first matches can set the pace and momentum for each team. Something that you're used to Shakur Laney and Cameron Kelly starting for the Bobcats. And there you see Powell waving away to the Bobcat fans.
Man had a good career here. We certainly thank him. I'm sure the Bobcat fans certainly are grateful for everything that Powell has given to Ohio wrestling over the 4 years he's been here.
For your Bobcats, freshman Kyle Kaminski.
So Kyle Kaminski is next for the Ohio Bobcats. American 3, Ohio nothing. 2:45 left in the first period. As Kaminski and Sprague will lock up center mat.
Yeah, Kaminski kind of new into that starting position. Kate Kowalski had the starting role at 149 pounds throughout the most of this season, but he went down with injury, so Kyle Kaminski was the next man up to step in.
And how has Kaminski filled that void?
That's a different role for Kaminski, something he might not have been ready for, but now that he's got some weeks under the starting position under his belt, something that he's been training and preparing for.
2 points awarded for the takedown. American Sprague with the early 2-0 lead on Kaminski. 2 minutes left in the first period. 3-0 American leading the duel. Ohio has dropped their last 2 recently to Gardner-Webb, and they're edged by Old Dominion. Both wrestlers will reset in the center. 1:51 left, first period. American 3, Ohio nothing. Sprague leading individually here, 2-0. But last year, Ohio beat American 18-16 in Washington, D.C.
Yeah, definitely an exciting duel for them last year. But, each team's losing some key guys. American losing John Boyle and Josh Terrell's brother David Terrell, who are both standout wrestlers, All-Americans. And then, of course, that exciting senior class from the Ohio Bobcats losing of Cody Walters, Phil Wellington, Sparty Cheeto, and Andrew Romanchik.
4 points awarded to Sprague, and that's now 6-0.
Yeah, that, the NCAA transformed that near fall to 4-point near fall. If you get that 4-point near fall, it's something hard to come back on. Sprague now with a 6-0 lead.
Sprague this season, 19-13 overall, 6-6 in duels, but 2-5 in EIWA play. 6-0. Now he's just garnering some riding time. 1:14 left in the first period.
Kaminski got to work his way out of here. Definitely can't get ridden out this first period.
48 seconds left in the first period. Kaminski's in trouble. 30 seconds left in the opening period between these two. The 149 weight class and second of the afternoon. 20 seconds left. Two points awarded. 8-0 now. Sprague on top of Kaminski. Coming to the end of the first period, it's going to be tough for Kaminski to come back 8-0, but kudos to Sprague for getting off to that hot start.
Exactly, yeah. When you're down 8-0 in the first period, but stranger things have happened. Sprague already with over 2 minutes of riding time. 1 minute gets that lock of an extra point after the match.
Sprague, who was just 13-20 overall last year, looking very impressive this afternoon.
Yeah, he's quickly away with the reversal there. Kaminski got to do a better job of returning him to the mat.
2 more points for Sprague, and it's 10-0. Second period, 20 seconds in.
And, at this point, as a wrestler for the Bobcats, you got to think, all right, now, what can I do to not give up bonus points? 8-0 major decision gives them 4 points. You got to go back and say, how do I not give up bonus points here?
Trying to roll him over. Sprague. Sprague here.
Got him! And there's a pin.
Sprague also shushing the crowd after the pin.
Yeah, these wrestlers get in their heads and think that got to make a statement to the crowd, but that's a big win for Sprague. Something, not in the Bobcats' favor. They got to get something rolling for them now.
9-0 American to start this match. They take another look at the pin by Sprague. Had him on the edge of the mat.
Getting that half Nelson in, trying to get some tilt points, but puts Kaminski right on his back and gets the pin.
So American has opened the afternoon, senior day for the Ohio Bobcats, and American has gotten off to a really hot start, 9-0.
Yeah, definitely. American's going to look to keep that streak going. Ohio's looking to switch it up as Zach Wilson enters the matchup against Cole Moseley.
Both these two are aggressive to start. 2 points already awarded to American. And it's Moseley.
Yeah, American head coach Teague Moore probably telling his guys right now, hey, we got them where we want them. Keep attacking, keep firing, keep them off guard. Attack first, and good things will happen. Greenlee trying to rally his troops and get things rolling in his favor.
Cole Moseley coming into today 7-16. And in duels, he's 1 for 8.
Yeah, not the best record, but Zach Wilson, another one of those guys who, he's been traveling with the team, getting some, starting looks here and there, but he has not been the season starter at 157, which you typically see Colin Cummings at that matchup.
Escape point for Wilson, 2-1. Moseley still on top. Wilson, as you mentioned, only 157 from Bluffton, Ohio.
Yeah, speaking of that Old Dominion, matchups both of these teams have had earlier, Wilson was a transfer from Old Dominion University.
Both athletes locked up center mat. 1:22 to go in the first period. 1 point edge for Moseley. And look at Wilson. American leading the duel 9-0. American's Muchnick 4-2 victory over Ohio's Powell on his senior night. Sprague recently for American just pinned Kaminski of Ohio. Just made it 9-0 American. This is the 157 contest. We started with the 141. 37 seconds left in the opening period. 2-1. Moseley leading Wilson.
Yeah, Moseley already has 49 seconds of riding time, something that's a good start in that first period.
So the first period comes to a close. Moseley 2, Wilson 1. So again, another tight individual contest. Just like we saw in our opening match today, or opening individual match. American has won their last 2 duels. Ohio has dropped their last 2, but American recently ended a 7-duel losing streak.
And Wilson going to get hit with stalling here. Didn't come up from the leg. You see the referee doing that 5 count. Wilson definitely going to need to get something to turn around here. And we mentioned earlier that this weekend there was an alumni weekend, had a little alumni social last night, have some more alumni in the stands today, and amongst those is a guy who graduated in the 30s. He's currently 100, going to be celebrating his 102nd birthday next month, Ray Reinhardt, Ohio Wrestling Bobcat alum, in the stands tonight.
Moseley did get one escape point, so it's 3-1.
Wow, 102. Yep, and believe it or not, he's still walking. He came to the social last night and asked Greenlee if Greenlee wanted to scrap as Moseley gets another takedown on Wilson.
Now it's 5-1 Moseley. And how good is it, too, to have alumni come back and have an event like that where, in any school,
I feel like it's good for anyone. The alumni are happy, the wrestlers are happy to see these old guys that were really good back in their day. It's really good on all parts.
Always cool when the present and sometimes maybe the future and the past all kind of meet together in one room and share laughs and memories. 5-1 Moseley leading Wilson, and American leading the duel 9-0. 30 seconds left in the second period. Especially, too, since both programs have their conference tournaments right around the corner.
Exactly, and that might be something that Joel Greenlee's thinking about right here. Maybe not wrestling Noah Forrider or not wrestling Colin Cummings here at 57, kind of getting their bodies prepared for the postseason that's quickly approaching.
Second period comes to a close. Moseley 5, Wilson 1. American on top in the duel 9-0. And we start the third period. 157 weight class.
Moseley approaching 2 minutes of riding time now, too. Now, Wilson's got to be careful not to get up a major decision here. He already has one stalling call on him from earlier in the match. But he's able to get the escape.
Bobcats escape.
5-2, Moseley.
And Wilson certainly is not out of this matchup. If he gets a takedown here, starts closing the gap.
Moseley by 3. One minute, 5 seconds left. Wilson on the mat, and 2 more points rewarded for Moseley. 7-2. And over 2 minutes of riding time.
Yeah, like I said, Wilson just has to be conscious not to give up a major decision here now. Put the Bobcats in the best position that he can, win or lose.
We just rewarded a point. 8-2 is the score.
Yeah, getting Wilson on that stalling call. It's got to build up.
Moseley, who's 1-8 in duels this season. 25 seconds away from his second win in the duel. 18 seconds and nearing 3 minutes of riding time.
And Wilson got to be very careful not to give up the turn here.
7 seconds.
And they're just going to... All right, stalemate call. 3 seconds left. Nothing crazy here now. Likely Moseley going to get that riding time point, put it 9-2. Wilson doing his job, not giving up the major decision.
3 seconds, 2, 1, and that'll be that. Moseley gets rewarded.
Yeah, American up 12-0 on the Bobcats now.
From American, Tom Page. And now, at 105
12-0 deficit for Ohio on senior day. Not the start they wanted.
Yeah, definitely not the start you wanted, but
Bobcats, sophomore,
but now you have Austin Reese coming up to the mat. You know, returning NCAA qualifier last year. You know, a guy who wrestles great at home. Hopefully, he's able to turn it around for the Bobcats, as he's taking on redshirt sophomore Michael Eckhart of American. Eckhart coming in at 9-16 right now. Reese posting a 11-10 record.
"20 seconds into the first period, Austin Reese lost his last two of his last three. Although, in his match at Old Dominion, though, and that was so close. It was the tightest match of the whole duel.
Yeah, Austin Reese coming off, you know, last weekend two kind of like very close matchups. At Old Dominion, he went into overtime against Selden Wright. Unfortunately, Wright was able to get on that takedown. And then when the Bobcats went to Gardner Webb, had a tough contest against Tyler Marinelli of Gardner Webb, and Marinelli able to edge Reese out by a very close match, coming down to one takedown.
Eckhart is 0-10 in dual meets this year. But American leads 12-0. No score thus far between Eckhart and Reese. 1:40 left in the first period.
Eckhart for American actually dropping down this season, wrestled 174 last year. He had a tough opponent last year when Cody Walters was wrestling him. This year dropping down to 65 to wrestle Austin Reese, though.
Speaking of Cody Walters, he'll be honored tonight for Ohio. Or today.
Yeah, after the fifth match today, which will be following this one, there'll be a little intermission where Cody Walters will be getting his All-American ring, finishing 7th last year.
Still no score between Eckhart and Reese. 55 seconds left in the first period. "35 seconds left.
Not much happening right now. You know, Greenlee, you know, kind of hopefully expecting Reese to come out to a hot pace start right here. Reese could definitely use a nice win today to kind of catapult him into the postseason, you know, after coming off two close losses.
Winding down the first period with 5 seconds left. No score for these two. And that'll be it. So, second period, Austin Reese and Eckhart with no score this far.
You'll see that with a lot of Austin Reese's matches.
For the intermission ceremony, please make their way to the Bobcat Head Tunnel.
So we'll start the second period. No score.
At this time, get ready for the intermission ceremony. Thank you.
Referee will intervene.
Yeah, calling a stalemate, you know. You see Eckhart kind of had that leg cranked back on Reese, not really doing much with it. Referee's going to, of course, stop it, but
it's a very vocal duel. Everyone's into it here this afternoon.
I mean, that's what you're going to get with a lot of wrestling matches, you know. It's one guy versus another guy. Everyone wants their guy to win. Coach Moore of American questioning the stoppage of the referee.
6th year at American. Coach Moore, Oklahoma State grad. No score for these two. Reese and Eckhart. American leading the duel 12-0. Started the day off with a 141. Muchnick of American defeated Powell 4-2 in sudden victory. Sprague for American pinned Ohio's Kaminski to make it 9-0 American. And in the Eagles 157 weight class, Moseley 9-2 decision over Ohio's Zach Wilson. And now here we are with the 165. 1 minute 5 seconds left in the second period, still no score. Austin Reese is in some trouble for the Bobcats, and they're going to want some points here.
Exactly. Yeah. Eckhart, building over a minute riding time, running out Reese this entire period so far. He's definitely going to have to look to get that escape.
.27 seconds left in the second period.
And now Austin Reese is hit with a stalling call, not building up on bottom.
13 seconds. Clock is ticking in the second. Nearing 2 minutes of riding time is Eckhart. And to end the period, he gets 2 minutes of riding time.
And, that can do some damage to Austin Reese. Riding out someone like that can take a lot of energy out of your wrestler.
So Austin Reese is going to have to come up with something here.
Definitely. Reese, a wrestler who's been, who takes pride on his, top riding abilities, looking for some turns or something. He's going to need to do something, but Eckhart quickly escaping.
1 point for Eckhart. 1-0.
That doesn't deteriorate any of that riding time, so, even if Reese gets a takedown, he's going to want to have to hold him down, because if he gets a takedown and escape, it could be a 2-2 match.
20 seconds into the second period. Eckhart by 1.
And now Reese already has a stalling call, so you could probably see Eckhart kind of go into a more defensive role right now, with a slight lead over Reese.
Eckhart has not won a match in a duel this season. .113. Third period. Nearing that scorer's table, and that could have been pretty dangerous.
Yeah, nothing happened there. Out of bounds. Reset. Minute 8 to go.
Still some time for Reese and Eckhart even. .50 seconds left in the third period. Clock is ticking for Reese. Nearing 30 seconds. Eckhart with a 1-0 lead. Reese trying to go for it.
Now Eckhart in the leg, Reese in a position he doesn't want to be in. He's going to flip to do something.
2 points for Eckhart. It's 3-0.
That's takedown, Eckhart. Got that riding time definitely locked in now with 10 seconds to go in the third period. Not a match that Reese wants to fall down to.
5 seconds in the third period. And Eckhart will take his contest with Austin Reese. It's a big takedown there in the end. Wow.
Yeah, just to cement that win for Eckhart as we take a little look at
Arsen,
15-0. I don't think Ohio wanted to start off the afternoon like this on their senior day.
But look out for Arsen Ashughyan. Quickly whipping him to the back, but no score now.
Points are being awarded everywhere. 2-0 though for American to start this. And Ashughyan's in some trouble.
Yeah, Ashughyan trying to go for one of those Russian tie whips that he's used to. Not really, but
174, American's Joe Salve, the redshirt sophomore, against Ohio's Arsen Ashughyan. 2-0 already to start for Salve.
Salvi getting really high here. He's got to be careful. Ashughyan going to look to sneak out the back, but nothing happens. Yep, there it is. Referee calling stalemate.
This is our 5th match of the afternoon, the 174. 2:11 left in the first period.
You see Salvi going right back to those double boots, trying to stretch out Ashughyan.
Salvi trying to roll over Ashughyan. 1:50 left in the first. How does Ashughyan get out of this?
But he's got to break those boots, create some leverage. See how Salvi's got that 2-on-1 on Ashughyan's arm?
Salvi in midair. Basically piggybacking on Ashughyan. Convocation Center coming alive here.
Yeah, the Ashughyan gets the escape, and you'll notice there was a stalling warning placed on Salvi. You got to return the wrestler to the mat. If you just have him stand there, you're going to get hit with stalling.
2-1, Salvi by a point. 1:05 left in the first period. Salvi this season, 3-18 overall. 0-10 in duels. Ashughyan, 13-12, 8-6 in duels. 45 seconds left in the opening period. Salvi with a 1-point edge on Ashughyan. .30 seconds approaching on the first period clock.
You see Ashughyan resorting back to that upper body kind of more freestyle ties, but getting set in a dangerous position again.
Ashughyan.
Don't really know where he's going here, but now the guy's falling all over the place. No score for anyone.
That was close. 8 seconds left in the first period. 3, 2, 1. Nothing rewarded at the end of the first period. And Joel Greenlee wants an explanation.
Yeah, I can see how the referee's not awarding points, though. Salvi clearly had clear control of that ankle.
Two to 1 Salvi on top of Ashughyan. We will start the second period. American leading the duel 15-0. Ashughyan has also lost 2 of his last 3. Against Gardner-Webb, lost 5-2. 9-5 win, though, at Old Dominion. And he's trying to get another one here this afternoon.
And there's a little pinning combination. Got to be careful. Getting a little high there. Ashughyan trying to get a turn. Got to be careful to not put himself in a dangerous position, but
Ashughyan's down 1, 2-1. $1:25 left in the second period. Salvi's hanging on to that left leg of Ashughyan, or right leg rather, sorry. Just trying to avoid getting rolled over.
Yeah.
Senior day for Ohio. There's Joel Greenlee. 20 years here in Athens, Ohio. 1:10, second period. Salvi 2, Ohio's Ashughyan 1. One point given to Ashughyan. It's tied up at 2.
yeah, getting hit with another stalling call is definitely not building up.
So now we're tied, and Ashughyan will start to gain some riding time.
Yeah, erased everything that Salvi had, but now he's got to be careful as something happened there, but Salvi gets the escape.
And a point for Salvi, 3-2, American. Leading the duel 15-0. Salvi, 3. Arsen Ashughyan, 2. Eight seconds. Second period winding down. That'll be the end of the second period. Joe Salvi, the redshirt sophomore. 3-2 lead on Arsen Ashughyan. Final period has started.
All these matches relatively close, or I'd say the past match and this match, but Ashughyan definitely going to need something to get the Bobcats rolling, Don't really want to disappoint, when you have all the alumni back in the crowd. Senior day and all.
Nearing the end of the mat, and both wrestlers will have to go back to the center. 1:24, third period. Joe Salvi has a 3-2 lead on Ohio's Arsen Ashughyan. But even we started the afternoon, Nolan, with a sudden victory for Americans Muchnick over Ohio's senior Powell. I mean, we've had now 3 of our 5 matches fairly close. Approaching a minute left in the final period. In the 174.
You hear those fans chanting out that stalling call, wanting to get it in the favor of Arsen Ashughyan.
"45 seconds. All Ashughyan needs. Here he goes. Takes him down to the mat.
Got to finish up on top.
And
there's a 2-point.
With 18 seconds left in the third.
And now he's looking for a pin, getting the back points.
Can he get him down? Ashughyan. 8 seconds left in the third. 4 seconds. And Arsen Ashughyan will take this one.
Great finish there for Arsen, finishing with a takedown and 4-point near fall, putting him up 8-3. And now the Bobcats are on the board.
That's huge.
It is huge. It is huge. Now we're going to look another look at that replay of Arsen getting that takedown. There he is with the near fall, getting 4 near fall points. Bobcats on the board now, taking a short intermission to honor some of those alumni, honor Cody Walters' All-American ring. This might be what the Bobcats need, getting some time away, going back to
Match 2 of our 2 key matches today.
exactly, and a couple other ranked opponents going at it. 13th ranked Cameron Kelly versus 26th ranked Esteban Gomez-Rivera. Again, this duel is far out of reach for the Bobcats. So this is more of a duel between these two wrestlers right here, building their stats and record.
Both sit at 19 wins. 2:30 left, and 2 points already for Gomez-Rivera. American has done a really good job of starting their individuals and getting the quick takedown right away.
Yeah, and that can kind of be attributed to the momentum they've been having this entire day, When you see the wrestler before you go out and get that win, and then that kind of fires you up to go out and start attacking right after it, too.
Both wrestlers will reset in the center. 2-0 Gomez-Rivera. What would it mean for either of these two to get 20 wins? Obviously, you want to hit that mark.
I mean, yeah, that's a milestone any wrestler wants to hit. But, they're not thinking about that right now. They're thinking about, how can I beat the guy in front of me right now?
1:45, first period. Was a point awarded to Kelly for Ohio. 2-1. Gomez-Rivera.
You see some of that quickness out of Kelly as he's able to get that takedown, putting Gomez-Rivera out in a position he's not really comfortable with, something that Cameron Kelly excels on.
And Kelly takes the lead 3-2. 1:15 left in the first, but an escape point for Gomez-Rivera, so we're
Tied back up at 3.
finish my sentence for me.
Yeah. Minute left to go in the first period. And these are huge matches between the two. Something for Gomez-Rivera heading into the postseason, thinking, if I get to knock off a top 15 wrestler, that puts me in, nice conversations when seeding and brackets come out. Kelly going to want to cement his position as a top 15 wrestler. As he's in on a leg again, looking for that takedown. Going to have to elevate that leg if he wants to secure it.
30 seconds left in the opening period. 3-3 tie. Kelly trying to reach for that other leg. Still has the right one.
Yeah, Gomez-Rivera doing some good takedown defense right here, but I think the clock might be able to save him too.
10 seconds. Still tied at 3. The final 3 seconds. We'll go to period number 2, tied up at 3. Like you said, this duel's so out of reach, but individually, for these two, this means a lot, this match.
Yeah, no matter what the scoreboard says, nobody's going to go out there and be like, doesn't matter, I can just take a loss. No. Every match in collegiate wrestling obviously matters, and these guys are definitely going to be going at it to the final whistle.
Tied up at 3. We start the second period. And Kelly with the escape, so he's got a 4-3 lead.
These wrestlers might not be as used to this position, being the last match. Usually they're used to being one of the first matches. So that could, offset their, pre-match routine of how they prepare and everything. But you got to be ready for any match at any time. As Gomez-Rivera's now in on a leg and trying to go for a takedown.
One minute, 20 seconds. Second period. And Cameron Kelly for Ohio has been on a tear in his last 3 matches. Looking to continue his hot streak.
Yeah, his last loss coming off against someone who's become kind of a rival for Cameron Kelly. 9th ranked Josh Albert of Northern Iowa. They now split their match. Albert winning 2 collegiate matches to Cameron's 1. But since then, Kelly's been on quite of a tear. Someone who didn't start the season as quite as hot as he used to. He would like to start, but now kind of getting into that formidable role.
Kelly hanging on to a 4-3 lead. 30 seconds approaching in the second period. Ten seconds and ticking. So into the second, we go to the third. Mr. Nolan Walker, Cameron Kelly for Ohio, 4-3. You play
A little more defense here, or do you still keep shooting? Well, Gomez-Rivera is going to take down position. He's going to be looking for the escape. Obviously, Cameron Kelly going to look to keep the pressure on him, not give him that escape. But if he does get it, then it's going to be next takedown wins. There's 2 points for Gomez-Rivera. Yeah, Granby roll there, putting Cameron in a position he doesn't want to be in. And he gets a pin, and he's pumped up about that. American dotting the I on this match over the Ohio Bobcats. Kelly's got to be careful when he gets in those situations, you know. As we take another look at this one where Gomez-Rivera was able to Granby roll over him. Cameron not in the position he wants to be in. He's got to let him slide by, just give that escape. But instead, Gomez-Rivera gets the reversal, puts Cameron on his back, gets the pin, and Americans walking out of this one with a 38-3 victory over the Ohio Bobcats.